before we start this video, I want to give a big shout out to my KOG members of the month, Blue Cat and Run2127. You guys are awesome, just saying. If you want your name here, consider hitting that join button for exclusive channel benefits. How's it going, guys? RNG Life here, and today, Taya is back. So DSOD Taya is here once again. She has been here once before, and last time she was bringing a whole bunch of straight up witchcrafter support for DSOD, and it was pretty cool. It was a lot of awesome. It was just a lot of awesome support, which I was super hyped about. Now this time they just gave her more the generic fairy type support, which is okay. And I gotta tell you, dude, as soon as I start recording, the phone has to go off. I'm leaving it in, by the way. But yeah, so yeah, Taya is here. She's got some new stuff. We're gonna be talking about her new stuff. Then I'll show you guys a farm deck that you can use. That is a pretty budget farm deck. I also can recommend you guys a free-to-play farm deck. But you could probably watch my previous video for that one. So today, I'm trying out something different. But she's got two new support cards for us, one of them being Victoria. Victoria is a card that was kind of fun in the TCG, because back when people would use a bunch of dragon decks, this card was like the perfect counter, because it says once per turn, you can target one dragon type monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon that target to your side of the field, and your opponent cannot target face-up fairy type monsters for attacks, except this one. So it's pretty cool if you're fighting somebody who's using dragons. Now, as a general card to use, probably not that great. I mean, if anything, it'd be a side deck card for maybe a tournament, but as a general card, it's probably not that great, because it has to imply that your opponent's running dragons. But if you guys want to meme around and have fun with some like dragon stealing support, there you guys got it. And then we got Athena. These are the two new support cards. If another fairy monster is summoned, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. Once per turn, you can send one face-up fairy monster you control to the graveyard, except herself. Then target one fairy monster in the graveyard, except Athena herself, and special summon that target. So that's pretty cool. She is a pretty large girl. She can basically summon you can summon from the grave to burn your opponent, which is not bad. I mean, she does get the ability to revive from the grave, so that could be pretty good. But you do have to like get her out in some ways. Fortunately, there are cards that can spam out fairies, like what is it, Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen. That one could just straight up summon Athena, normal summon a fairy, bam, start popping off, start doing some stuff. So Athena's a pretty cool card. I want to see what people can possibly do with Athena. So these are the new support cards. If you're here for Witchcrafter support, then you're gonna want Jenny and Witchcrafter Patronus. So these are the ones you're gonna be farming for. I don't want to explain them because I already talked about them in my previous video. So yeah, if you want to know about those, go ahead and check out the previous one. But yeah. So whatever. So let's go ahead and actually look at the deck I'm using to farm her. So this is the deck that I'm using today. We are featuring Super Heavy Samurais. Now, Super Heavy Samurai are a pretty easy to obtain thing. I'm gonna show you right here. If you want them, go for Future Horizon. You'll pretty much get everything Super Heavy Samurai related in this box. So if you have gone into this box and got these guys, then congratulations, you have this farm deck. Now, you do see a UR in here and some SRs. You don't necessarily need them. They just kind of speed up the deck. Now, like if, for example, Wagon, you don't need this card. If you're missing any of these, you can also consider running these guys at the bottom, but it will hurt your speed for the deck, because the searches really help you kind of stay up to pace with her, because she does do a lot of searching, especially if she summons a little berry magician girl and starts getting a bunch of searches and doing all her stuff. Sometimes you probably don't want to attack her, by the way, because then you'll give her more ammunition in the grave. So sometimes you're just going to want to sit there with your big monsters in defense and pass turn forever. But yeah, this is the deck. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I'm using one copy of Wagon. I only have one copy of Wagon, by the way, and I got 2 copies of Soul Piercer. Now I'm trying to stay as consistent as possible while also being as free to play as possible. Now, like for example, I'm running 2 copies of Soul Piercer because it's a really good search card. You don't really need it though. I mean, you can get rid of it. It's really good for just searching, adding cards to hand that you might possibly need. But yeah, as if the main gist of the deck is you're gonna need the level 2 tuner and a bunch of level 3 monsters. Now, the level 3 monsters are usually Giga Gloves. That's the best one you can probably choose, because this one doubles up in case you are bricking for whatever reason, and you have this guy on the field or whatever. He goes to the grave, he chooses the next 5 cards on your top of your deck of the order. Then if he can actually block an attack and make their monster 0, so it makes that monster completely useless forever. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, so this is a really good card to add. You could also consider running prep defense because he kind of does the same thing, but you do need to take the damage, so it's a little iffy. But you can consider doing that. She doesn't really target you, so I wouldn't really recommend Flutist too much, but it's still a pretty cool card. And this one is just good if you want to go straight for the level 7, which is not a bad play after all. So if you really need to add Big Waraji, and yeah, you should be good. But all these cards are basically just super heavy cards. You can try throwing them in any way you want. And we are using the Vassal last turn engine. Now, I was running this with these and this. They work. They're pretty good, but you do need a shield and sword or something to switch your monsters' main attack and defense, because yeah, if you calculate their attack, it's pretty low. So no matter how big their defense get, it does not matter for Union attack. Their attack needs to be high. So shield and sword is essential. You really need it. And just because I was going to actually run some draw power, but if you run any spells and they end up in the grave, you kind of screw yourself. So Pot of Benevolence is probably the best way to make sure that she just doesn't deck out. So you can just keep putting cards from her grave back into her deck. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty much how you do that. I mean, it could also be used, I guess, as an emergency to put cards back into your deck so you can search them so they can search more cards. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. What I like about it is that it's skillless. You do not need a single skill to play this. So if you are a complete budget boy or girl, you can actually get away with this deck, and it's pretty good for farming skills on the new the new Zexal characters. So yeah, which is what I'm trying to do. I have no skill, no skills necessary. All you're really gonna need for the extra deck, by the way, is maybe like 2 copies of Stealth Ninja, maybe 2 copies of this guy, and maybe 1 Shooting Doji, because he's pretty okay. He's not bad for like blowing up the board. So you don't need 7 cards in here. If you really want, you can just take out like these, and you'll still have a pretty okay extra deck. But whatever, that's the deck. That's pretty much it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right in, and let's take this girl on. All right, here she is, Taya, and I'm using Tori because I'm trying to farm skills with Tori, dude. That's what I'm currently trying to do. So yeah, since that's my main goal, to be honest, because I don't really want her support too much, but this is a good idea, like a good chance to potentially get some stuff. So right here, we got a level 3 in our hand. We got this level 2 monster. Now, if you might be wondering, hey, on the last turn, why do you run Soul Shield Wall? It's not going to boost your monsters. Yeah, pretty much. It's not going to boost them. It's just going to make your monster really large, so she can't possibly run it over, because she can make like a decently strong monster. If she gets the right conditions, she could potentially overpower you, but it's probably not going to happen. That's why I'm just like, you know what, screw it. I'll just run Soul Shield. But like I said, I don't really need it. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon my wall. So, summon the wall. I'm going to special summon this thing in defense. And at this point, I've pretty much enabled myself to go for a lot of searches. So I'm going to go ahead and equip you. By the way, I haven't really paid too much attention. I don't think this guy's a once per turn. It looks like we are able to actually equip 2 and just get a free 2-card search. I cannot resist that. So let's go ahead and put both of these equips right here, just for the means. And hey, look at this, a free level 5. I'm going to go for the glossy one because glossy points possibly help out. Now, and you might be thinking, wow, you wasted your whole hand. What was the point of that? Don't worry, dude. We're going to get a lot of benefits right now. So, we're going to choose a card to put back, and I'm going to be recovering that Trumpeter. Or Trumpeter. Now, Soul Piercer is going to activate, and I hope the second one activates. Yes, it is. Alright, so that's the first time actually using 2 in 1 turn, so that's pretty nice. Now, in this situation, I would possibly like to use Samurai Wagon, but a lot of people might not have that card. So another card that's pretty good to add is like Giga Gloves or this guy. This guy's also pretty cool as well. And right now I'm going to add 1 copy of Soul Shield Wall because reasons. I kind of want to make a monster huge, and that's just it for 1. And I'll probably add this guy because he can help me thin out the deck as well. So looks pretty nice. I recover my tuner. This guy's going to get resummoned. And yeah, you guys know Super Heavy Samurais. You know what they do. They're pretty good at just kind of making a large monster and then possibly OTKing your opponent. We're basically using that concept, but we're slowing it down so we can eventually draw all our cards. Now, I'm also going to give my monster the boost, and this is just so we can just not get killed in any possible way. So yeah, if you also want, you can go ahead and check my other video. I made a video on farming all the Zexal characters. I have a Lunalight deck that will probably also work on her. I haven't tested it yet. but it'll most likely work. I'm almost assuring it right now, because it's the same concept. You make a big monster that can't be killed, and then you just draw your cards. Except Lunalights have a lot of searches as well. So if you don't have this, you might have Lunalights. So give that a consideration. So we got the wagon. I'm going to go ahead and summon the wagon right now. I'm just doing this thing. At this point, I don't really need to do much, but I'm going to use his ability. Put him in attack position, get a search, pick up this thing, equip it to himself, then he just goes to the grave so I don't take damage, and he replaces himself with something, and I can replace him with a, what do I replace him with, actually? I don't have a normal summon, do I? Yes, I do not have a normal summon, so I can replace him with pretty much whatever I want. This is just deck thinning at this point, to be honest, so I'm going to special summon one of these guys straight from the deck. This is just so I can, like, deck thin, because having less cards is important in this deck, because she will eventually deck out. So I'm not attacking, because if I attack her monsters, they end up in the grave. She's just gonna get a bunch of searches and stuff, especially that one with the draw ability. It gets in the grave either way, so she will do that. That's why I'm not attacking it, because she can go ahead and discard and do all her things. So, oh, look at her doing her plays. Fantastic, dude. I love the fact that she banished her cards. So, now that happened, she did not attack my monster, therefore I'm able to go for another synchro, which is beautiful. So let's go ahead and sync it up with this other monster over here. I'm pretty much done, to be honest. I mean, I got my level 5s right now. Let's do this. Get this guy, recover my little tuner boy, the one that can special summon itself, and yeah, that is pretty much the farm, to be honest. There's not much else to the farm. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Giga Gloves is also going to let me choose the top 5 cards in my deck, and yeah, look, these are the top 5. That sounds fine, dude. Okay, and its last turn, and just to show you guys basically what Benevolence does, it's in situations where, like, oh no, she's gonna deck out, I'm gonna use Benevolence, and it's pretty much gonna put stuff back into her deck. So stuff like Magic Formula, Unveiling, yeah, put those cards right back into her deck. She can't search one of them at least. So yeah, that happened. Now it's time for me to start doing all my last turn shenanigans. So first things first, Shield and Sword. That's going to make my monster's stat lines change, so that's very, very nice. Now I can also just basically put these guys in attack position, like I must do for my thing to activate. Summoning my Vassal for them extra boosts. So I'm going to activate Secret Pass. This is just so we can attack directly. You probably have Secret Pass, but if you don't, you can also consider running a piercing card like H-Heated Heart, or you could just give him that one thing that lets him attack directly, the other bow. But I don't recommend the bow too much, because that might lower your attack. And if you mess up, it might put you under 10k attack. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get that final calculated number. And bam, a 119, or 1, or is it 11,900? That sounds about right. And she doesn't run anything to stop you, so you should be good. Very easy to farm. Very, very simple. So there you are. Oh, unfortunate. How unfortunate for Taya. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at that score. Alright, any skills? Let's see. No skills, no rewards, just a bunch of these, like, EX jewels, which are not bad if you want to get, like, prismatic upgrades and whatever. But yeah, 8,400, so over 8,000 points is what you can get. Good luck to you guys actually farming out there. By the way, sorry this video came out a little bit late. I've been a little distracted lately, not with anything serious. I've actually been playing that new game, Genshin Impact, and I'm addicted to that game now, dude. So for everybody who made it to the end, just to let you guys know that I've been playing that a lot, and I've been considering playing it on stream, but at the same time I'm just like, nah, I don't know, dude. I don't know if anybody wants to watch that, but whatever. That's pretty much it. Let me know if this video helped you out in any possible way, or if you need any assistance. Maybe you're missing a few cards. Just let me know in the comments below, and I'll be glad to assist you in any way I can. But whatever, that's pretty much that. And if you guys enjoyed, go and leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Duel Link shenanigans. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. Have a great day, and see you.